dito. Hello, mic test 1, 2, 3.
Reporting from the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, we are capping off opening weekend here in the Philippines Football League with a fantastic matchup between two of the surprise packages of last season. We've got Digger taking on one Taguig in a matchup that is expected to be an explosive affair here in Manila. So glad you could join us. Catching us here on the PFL YouTube, Facebook, and all the other platforms where we are available. Jing Hamlang and Jed Diamante, excited to bring you this game between two teams that really shocked a lot of the viewers last year. And this time around, Manila Digger will be looking to take the next level, while One Taguig are looking to chase a title in just their second season as a football club. What an affair, what an opportunity to see these two teams clash so early in the season.
Yes, Jing, these were two of the teams that were really surprising last season. Manila Digger coming at their debut in their debut stage in the PFL, but they've shown like a fight even to the top teams like in the likes of Stallion, UFC, and Kaya. Even though they yielded at the end, they gave them a hard fight, and it was really surprising because a lot of these players were were homegrown players. They're Filipinos, but they showed quality against these top teams.
So fifth place was where One Taguig finished off, although not too far away from the top. They were actually fighting all the way until close to the end of the season. Meanwhile, Manila Digger, nobody knew what to expect from them, but they finished seventh, and now they are playing somewhat of the gatekeeper to the elite teams in the PFL, although they've had a very busy off seasons. In fact, both teams have been very, very busy during the off season, so we are rubbing our hands and we cannot wait to see how things transpire in this match, because there are new players on the bench in terms of coaches. There's also new recruits, and there have been some very, very interesting recruits at that. So let's focus in on one of the teams right now here. Let's take a look at Manila Digger. They finished 7th last season with 24 points. They had 8 wins, no draws. So it's a win or go home for Manila Digger, but they always had dramatic matches and something very exciting to the contests in which they were involved in.
They featured young guns. The top goal scorer was Earl Pinheiro. But right now we see that he's actually a substitute, so it really goes to show how the team has retooled themselves with new players.
And hindi masyadong flashy yung mga players na kinukuha ng Manila Digger, but they're very effective in what they do, and they built throughout the season that confidence necessary in order to compete against the top sides. And so we've seen here quite of an influx of quality players, especially young ones as well, as we'll see later on in their lineup, that they have entrusted their careers, so to speak, into moving into Manila Digger, because they believe in the project, that they are in an upward moving trajectory here in the PFL. Meanwhile, para naman sa One Taguig, they may be new, but on paper they look like a powerhouse squad. And they had the likes of Stefan Schrock last season, Kevin Ingreso, two players that are no longer there, but goodness me, how they have replaced those individuals. Let's focus in here on One Taguig.
They have new players like Daisuke Sato, Omid Nazari, Simen Lingbo, Carly Demorga to offset those players that you mentioned a while ago. So
all national team players, they're amazing. And they still have their holdovers, of course, Eric Gallantes, Yannick Tuason, Patrick Grog, some of those players that I mentioned, only good enough to make the bench today. So it goes to show, grabe din yung mga kinuhang players ni Coach Giovanni Villagracia during the off-season.
Yes, and this team will be led by Arnel Amita. So it's really interesting how this team pans out, especially in this first game in this season.
So we saw maybe they were a bit disappointed in their finish last year. They finished in 5th spot, which was not quite to the level that they were hoping for, but with the retooling of their squad and the experience that they've been able to gain after one season, it is very clear, the statement that they're making. They're going for the title here, Jed.
I think they're going to start strong, definitely, in this first match. They're seeing that they have these players, we have this quality, and we want to show off what we can do. So I think this match for them will set off the trajectory for the rest of the season.
It is a perfect setup here, Manila Digger. If you can get through them, and if you can make a statement against a solid side like Manila Digger, then perhaps there is a chance for One Taguig to make it all the way this season. Let's check in now, pitch side with Sydney Crespo.
For our last match, Manila Digger has big goals this season with their new head coach, Coach Oriol Mojedano. Coach Oriol was a former assistant coach in UCFC with an impressive experience in Europe and Asia. He says they're about to make new history this season while giving respect to the past, improving the competitive system of Manila Digger and with new ambitions. Habang ang One Taguig naman ay marami ring bagong players with various experiences in Argentina, Germany, Norway, and USA. This time, Coach JB Villagracia says mas balance na daw ang kanyang team. I have more stories later. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sydney. And here we have it, Manila Digger taking on One Taguig. New recruits from both ends, and as you heard, a bit of a swap from UCFC. Oriol Mojedano has brought with him the likes of Diego Aspiras and Zachary Taninco, two of the more exciting young prospects in the Philippines in terms of homegrown talents. And we cannot wait for this matchup between One Taguig and Manila Digger. And we forgot to mention that Oli Bias has been brought in as well for One Taguig, a national team player as well. So, grabe, just looking at this lineup for Taguig, you know, Arnel Amita is also a national team player. Lingbo Camarad has played for the national team, if I'm not mistaken. They're littered with, quality talents, and so much so that their top scorer, in fact, is on the bench today. We've got a fantastic crowd here. We've got even Edu Manzano in the crowd here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium enjoying the action. Great to see the folks show up on a Sunday night to enjoy Philippine football.
You know, it's really great that we are attracting, you know, this kind of support here in the Philippines, and hopefully that's what we all, you know, aspire to have in the Philippine football. More people supporting the sport, more people getting to know the sport, you know, just sharing the passion that we have for the sport. And I think it's a, you know, good sight to see those, you know, at least local celebrities, you know, giving attention to the sport that we all love.
100%. Also saw Pacholo Bugas there, who's enjoying and taking in the action here in the PFL. And we are all set for what is expected to be fireworks on the pitch. Manila Digger versus One Taguig. Here we go. Mick John Pineda in the middle today. He's going to be assisted by Chris Mark Nanyola and KB Nanyola. Fourth official Michael Barajas on the sideline. Two captains on your screen. Major Dean Ibarle as well as Arnel Amita for One Taguig. Former teammates going head to head with captain's armbands on their arms today. Expected to be a great battle, as we've been saying, and you're seeing here a massive opportunity for a lot of these players to show what they're about as we take a look at the starting lineup for Manila Digger. What stands out to you here, Jed?
Aspiras, a young player holding the midfield, so it's interesting how he's going to link that backside with the attack. Eric Gigando on the left, Kintaro Miyagi starting off for Manila Digger on the right side. So it's really going to be an interesting attack for the yellow team for today.
Hasn't seen too many minutes, Kentaro Miyagi, but he carries with him a reputation as one of the bright talents from the Philippines. As we take a look at the substitutes, we saw there Regala, Pinheiro, mainstays for them last season. Jim Ashley Flores is there as well. As we take a look at the starting 11 for a potent one Taguig side.
They're playing a 4-3-3 here, so we could expect that they could have relatively balanced defense and attack. Manila Digger kicks off the game.
Quite a testament to Arnel Amita that he is wearing the captain's armband in a squad that is littered with big names.
Again, this first few minutes is when both teams could get their touches, could get their rhythm going, try to assess how the other team plays, look at the gaps. And this is where, where the top players in international football, sometimes you could just see them walking around, but in fact they're looking for the gaps, they're looking for how their defenders are moving. And that's where they exploit it, the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. So
Amita surrounded by a sea of yellow, and Diggers on the way on the right side. Miyagi challenging Daisuke Sato, losing out there. And this, a massive game for that man. Daisuke Sato trading Davao for Taguig. He's got a statement to make here.
one of the things that I remember from Manila Digger, specifically in the last season, is how disciplined they are, both on the attack and defense. When they go up, everyone seems to go up. Similar to the game a while ago for Cebu FC, a lot of the players are showing options, but when they lose the ball in the attacking third, you can see all the players really rushing down to defense. So I think that's what I hope that I would see in this game. You know, the discipline that they had last season.
Already we're seeing a tempo different from that what we saw earlier today. Attacked well by Daisuke Sato. And Azari. Working their way back and around. Sato under pressure here. Beyond Gallantes. Hiraishi is caught. Lots of star power for one Taguig. The beautiful thing about football, game's not played on paper. Manila Digger have shown they have that capacity to make life very difficult for the top sides. Amita clipped. And early coming together. And a flashpoint immediately and a yellow card for Pa Usman Guy on his debut here in the Philippines Football League.
See referee Mick John Pineda trying to control the team that's still barely 4 minutes into the game and it's really heated, so it's definitely going to be a tough job for him throughout the game. You see here how the collision took place.
Oof.
All feet, no ball, definitely straight yellow card there.
And he's taken him out while he was airborne there. And you could see why Arnel Amita was particularly annoyed by that challenge.
Pa Usman Guy now has to take care of his movements throughout this game, hopefully not picking up a second yellow card.
A player from the Gambia, not exactly the debut he was hoping for, the 24-year-old.
What could one Taguig make off in this free kick?
Swung in by Nazari, away by Aspiras. Giganto trying to pick up some steam. He's been clipped there by Lingbo, who's going to get booked as well.
That was a scrappy challenge. It's what you would call probably, like an emergency challenge because the team is transitioning on the attack, but if you got that a little bit later, it could have been dangerous for him.
Simon Lingbo trading Indonesia to return back to the Philippines. It's his first match for One Taguig. Also finding himself in the book early here in the 5th minute. It's going to be that kind of game. Taninko giving up possession. Amita. Ome. He's going to be anchoring the midfield today alongside Nazari. Alongside Daisuke Sato, transferred from Davao. Gets it out wide.
One Taguig finds a way to get out of that press.
Back to Bias. Lingbo looking for support. Almost everyone back here for Digger. Looking for the link up there. Omid Nazari unable to latch on to the return pass.
You can see the intensity of the defense of One Taguig here, but somehow One Taguig just finds a way to get out of that press and make an attack out of it. It's really a great matchup for today.
Already you can see the potential and how this match will unfold. Yuya Kuriyama with a goal kick. There's been an entire shuffle of foreigners for Manila Digger. Diego Aspiras with a foul. And this one not going to land him in the book, as he made a legitimate attempt for the ball at the very least.
Another duty foul there because again it's going to be a quick transition for One Taguig. I think the referee was kind of too calm for him. Gave him a pass for that.
Aspiras getting away with it perhaps. Thought he was closer on the ball in real time. In the replay it showed perhaps a little bit more cynicism in that challenge. Another free kick here for One Taguig. Got Oliver BS over it alongside So May. Floated in. Kuriyama opting to palm it away. No Salifu Jata this time around for Manila Digger. He was one of their main threats up front. I believe he's transferred to Davao from Digger.
Digger trying to stretch the defense of One Taguig early, seeing where they could find those gaps. But I think the defense of One Taguig is standing strong, not letting them pass.
Miyagi the intended target there. Looking to get him one-on-one against Eric Gallantes. Looking for room on the right side. Digger closing the gaps efficiently.
Immediately a 5 versus 2 there when One Taguig tried to attack on the right side. Again, goes to show that their discipline on defense is really top notch.
And this is one of the things that has sparked a lot of interest for this season, is that the field has been whittled down by 5 teams. It means matches like this will be happening with more regularity. Tough one for Miyagi to control. Second opportunity. And Manila Digger just struggling to hold possession inside the final third. Taguig finding room on the right side. Well covered. Second opportunity. BS couldn't find a teammate. Miyagi has Taninko in support.
Great composure there by Taninko.
Juf got it out wide to Ibarle, who couldn't find a teammate. Sato looking for a bit of calm. Amita can turn. Amita under pressure. Dispossessed. And Sato cleaning up the mess, and he's found a teammate in the process. Lingbo. Difficult one to control for BS. Amita now. They want to restart from the back.
They've toned down the intensity a little bit at the 10-minute mark.
Hiraishi.
Dispossessed by Miyagi.
Cutting across his man. Guy doing well. Getting it back. He is crowded out. Couldn't find any support. Back and forth so far. BS. Junior Sam. He's got support on the right side. Lingbo always willing. Gets it into the box. A little bit dangerous there for Manila Digger. Taninko dealing with the danger. "11 minutes have flown by. Another scuppered Digger attack. They've been organized and disciplined in defense. Haven't been able to find their feet really going forward quite yet. The game now starting to settle. Nazari back to Sato. Omei dropping in. Bias pressured off the ball. Big season for Oli Bias. Was in Indonesia, I believe, last season. One of those bright prospects that they were hoping would really find high heights. And an early substitution here, Nazari being withdrawn early here. And Tsukasa Shimomura will come on. It seems as if there's a slight problem with Omid Nazari. He was rubbing the top of his right thigh. Could be a quad issue, could be a groin issue. That's a shame that we won't be seeing more of Omid Nazari on his return to action in the Philippines.
Again, Taninko just losing the ball on the mid-third. You gotta limit those, easy balls for One Taguig, because One Taguig has a strong attack. They might just capitalize on those loose balls.
Taninko amongst those that showed a lot of promise with United City last season. Still a very young man alongside Diego Aspiras. Miyagi. These are the type of games where you have to grow up very quickly.
I mean, if you're matched with the players who have played top flight or in the national team, definitely you have to match the level that they're at or even go beyond it. And definitely for the young players, they have a lot of catching up to do. And they have to do it in a very short span of time.
This is what's interesting for some of these players who have opted to go a different route in their development, different from the traditional, or what has become the traditional route for a lot of our players. Diego Aspiras forgoing university football to go straight to the pros. And here he is playing against the star-studded One Taguig, and so far holding his own in midfield. Taninko perhaps has been a little bit more troubled on the right side of defense. Miyagi. Bit too strong there. Got his head in a dangerous position. Omei called for the high boot.
Kitaro Miyagi is really known for just throwing his body out there. He's not afraid, he commits to try to get the ball for the team. And that's what you get for players who are really, who really buys into the system of the team. They're not afraid to go out there, and fight for the badge. And if you have 11 players on the pitch playing that way, then it becomes a lot easier for the coaching staff to, make adjustments or call some plays.
Doing extremely well there to hold on to possession. Looking for the return. Just going to be a little bit beyond. Might win a corner. He's done fantastically well.
Modu Mane with beating two defenders and trying to get the cross in, wins himself a corner for Manila Diggers at the 15.5 mark. But showing some discomfort here.
He's on the ground needing a bit of treatment. Not what you want so early in a game.
Such a shame to see him go down early into the game, as we've seen them, being involved both on defense and on the attack.
Could
See him
be
here beating two players, slithering away.
getting past So, and look at this. It's the stretch that he was on in order to get to that ball. And perhaps that's what did the damage. He looked all right running back. And now he's going to need to go to the sideline momentarily during this corner kick at least.
Just from that attack alone, you could see the commitment that he had to get that ball and bring it in front of the goal.
Another one of the recruits from the Gambia, Modu Mane. Corner kick on the way. Five players to aim for inside the box. In swinger. Was at the top of the box. Slight delay in the clearance. Attempts. Wide of the post from what looked like Eric Gaganto.
That was a bit of a scramble in front of the goal. Header here from Guy, who almost finds his way.
Gaganto has a penchant for the spectacular. Unable to find the target there, Eric. And still 10 men for Manila Digger. Modu Mane still waiting to come back on. He seems to be okay to continue. That's good news for Digger. Hiraishi up against Miyagi. Deep ball, Bias. Looking to cushion that into a path of a teammate, unable to do so. Pero buhay pang atake.
You're seeing here some hard challenges to get the ball.
Defended well. Barsanilla. Aspiras getting it forward. And Daisuke Sato getting a foot in, but got a lot of the man as well.
None of the two teams are letting up.
Look at this. Possession actually going the way of Manila Digger. A statistic that not a lot of people would have expected early on in this game.
They have been getting a lot of the ball, but I think what they can improve on a little bit is, being more clinical and bring it up top, trying to create more chances in front of the goal.
Cole has been spending a lot of time in this area of the pitch, at least in the last 5-7 minutes or so. Just a step behind that one. Couldn't deliver that into the box.
Digger still keeping a high line. As you can see, Saikuba Sise is at the top of the box, trying to choke out one Taguig off the ball.
Taguig all the way back to Barcelona, or Amarilla rather. Looking to go quickly. Finding room is Junior Sam. He skipped past two. Sam getting it to Shimomura for the finish. It's a fantastic opener for one Taguig.
One Taguig has been very patient. As you can see, Manila Digger has been pressing them high, but they've been calmly shifting the ball around. You can see from the right side of the field, they shifted it all the way to the left side. The substitute already making a mark here.
He was their leading scorer last year, scored 21 in the previous season, but look at this work from Junior Sam. 1, 2, spots the runner. It's beautifully worked from one Taguig.
Very selfless play right there. He could have taken the shot. He had the space at the time, but he saw better opportunity with Tsukasa Shimomura that won them 1 goal, and they are ahead against Manila Digger. Calmly pushes it in towards the goal.
Two new recruits linking up well in the build-up to set up Shimomura. Strangely, kind of against the run of play here, with Manila Digger actually on the ascendancy in the last few minutes. But one Taguig showcasing just how dangerous they are. Essentially just 2 passes and into the back of the net.
That's how quick you could transition from one play to another.
But this is what Junior Sam is about. Found it very difficult to make it into the starting lineup when he was playing for Stallion. He's repaying the faith here early on.
Taguig not shy or not scared to bring it back all the way to Quincy Camarade.
Now it's going to be a different scenario for Manila Digger. They had been so good at keeping things tight in the early parts of this match.
How can they turn it around in their favor?
And one thing is for sure, they're going to need to score if they're going to get anything from this game. Scored 34 goals less than one Taguig last season. They scored 35 goals in the matches that they played in 14 matches.
You've been seeing a pattern here for one Taguig, where they shift it back to Sato and try to look for the left wingers running. We've seen that a couple of times in this game now, and that's actually where the goal came from.
Quick look here at the new head coach of Manila Digger, Oriol Mohedano Segura. It's going to be plenty on his mind at the moment. There's
called for handball, but he just had to make that interaction there.
a bit of extracurricular.
Their captain appealing to the 4th official there, who he says saw the extra touch or extra movement by Guy.
Already on a yellow, guys, so he's really got to be careful here to not get involved.
Let's see the replay.
Guy getting clipped.
Called for a handball.
He thought he was fouled there. And Junior Sam going down in a heap. And Mick John Pineda perhaps just taking the sensible approach of not taking any extra action. It doesn't take much to ascertain that it would take more to bring Sam to the ground. But guy's tempting fate here. He is one card away from leaving his team a man down.
Again, Guy has to be a little bit more careful with his challenges. Or actually, that was somewhat unnecessary interaction. As Taguig tries to attack here on the left side.
As you can see, it's getting emotional. Aspiras caught. Bit of a painful one there. Sam clipping his heels. Seems to have trimmed down quite a bit for this season. Junior Sam looks a lot more mobile up top.
Trying to show his strong presence when he presses.
Kuriyama opting to go short. Barsanilla finds the target. Quintaro out wide. Can Miyagi find a teammate? Set up Guy nicely there. You can see the intention. Execution not quite there for the midfielder.
Guy is probably trying to manage his range here, just taking those shots, hoping that in another attempt later on he'll be able to, you know, calibrate his shot. But I think that was kind of rushed. He could have taken one more touch, tried to set himself up before taking the chance there.
It need to be something special to beat Quincy Camarad from that range. Taninko getting his head to this one, stopping the attack. Sam dispossessed by Taninko, who's under a lot of pressure. Barsanilla losing out. Junior Sam now, can he pick out a teammate? Taninko making up for it. Gets it away. But possession still here with one Taguig.
That was a great recovery from Taninko after he lost the ball.
Junior Sam has been such a nuisance up top for one Taguig. But quick to close the spaces, the yellow shirts.
Pressing Taguig high right now.
Goes beyond. And offside is Sam. Bit of a let-off for Digger, who had Juf completely mistime his header.
Those occasions, you gotta make sure you have contact of the ball, because again, you can't lose an easy ball on the middle or defensive third.
Barsanilla looking for Miyagi, who got there ahead of Gallantes. And this is where Taguig just happy to slow it down a little bit. Onus is on Manila Digger to get back into this game. Center back has done well. Gallantes getting the ball forward. Advantage being played. Barsanilla standing firm, but too much contact on Sam, said Mick John Pineda.
Great effort to stop the attack, but just found himself committing that foul, giving Taguig a chance here.
Miyagi perhaps lucky not to get called there. And look at that, Barcelona with a check. There we see the damage caused already. Free kick from a wide area. Bias and Shimomura lining it up. Option with the left and right foot.
We've got all yellow shirts inside the box.
6 to aim at for Taguig. Bias's ball is a dangerous one. An inviting ball from Oli Bias. Right into that danger zone. Digger can breathe.
Trying to regroup here. Dictating the runs, dictating the play.
Giganto has switched flanks. He's pinged that into Guy. He's had it poked away. Gallantes. Couldn't get it to Arnella Mita. And look at the size discrepancy of the two teams. Manila Digger, they look formidable in terms of their physique.
That's what we love about football. It's not about the size, it's not about, you know, how huge you are, it's all about how you play the game.
Right now, despite the smaller stature, they're definitely holding their own. One Taguig. In fact, more than that, they are ahead in this match. Lingbo backtracking. Tidily done there, took it on the chest. He's made the run as well, he hasn't been spotted. All the way back, Kamirad.
Clears it comfortably.
He's looking to switch it into the path of Hiraishi. It's a bit of a looper, difficult one to corral. Giganto to Aspiras. Gets it back. All the way back. Kuriyama steps forward. Barsanilla looking to carry. Unable to keep that one in play. But you see the confidence of Barsanilla to step forward.
Could have been a great link up leading to attack on the right side. Just couldn't connect.
Danico stepping in. Asperas looking for the foul. Has stayed down, but play has continued. Giganto puts the ball out, giving time for Asperas to recover, or perhaps get a bit of treatment here.
Ngong Sam making his presence felt with that attack. Just seemed to can't take him down.
Unless he wants to go down.
Unless he wants to go down. You've seen that a while ago.
Kaya minsan hindi naniniwala si Mick dyan eh. Asperas is going to take a swing for it here. Looked like he got clipped in the process. Not going to get that call. 50-50 like that. Like John Pineda giving the advantage to Sam there.
Tough challenge for Asperas.
It's not an easy position that he's got here in a match like this. He hasn't misplaced too many balls so far.
And we've noticed the ball has been with the Yellows. Manila Digger still has possession but fails to look for that opportunity to score a goal.
Giganto, what a touch. Nick John pulling it back as Giganto was cleaned out after he released. It's those little things that are more easily enjoyed up close and live. That soft touch from Eric Giganto under pressure. Trying to sneak that through down the middle. Giganto trying to get it back. It's all a bit loose at the moment. Asperas doing well. Play continues while Sam recovers from a hand that touched his face. Lingbo. Arsenilia. Sam coming alive. 10 minutes to go in this first half in what has been a thoroughly engaging affair. Galliantes climbing the back to get to that ball. It's going to be a free kick for Digger.
He's got to find a way to make up for that height difference on that defense.
The guy's a big man. Galliantes.
But you can't be extending your hands on challenges like that.
Moments to take advantage of if you're Manila Digger. Although they've had a lot of the ball, they haven't been able to create too many chances. And Quincy Camarad hasn't been forced into a save quite yet. Can they create something from the set piece? Ibarra's ball safely into the hands of Quincy Camarad. Launches quickly. Looking for Bias. Asperas fouled in the process. Taninko's early ball. Giganto is there. Up against two. Guy. Brought down. It's a foul. Daisuke Sato, or rather Arnel Amita, saying he got the ball. Nick John Pineda disagrees.
Just at the top of the box, that is. Let's see the replay if we got it on here. Giganto with the effort to pass it to Guy, whose boots get clipped by Amita, and I think that's definitely a foul.
Amita saying that he pulled out of the challenge, but the damage was done. He might not have extended fully, but he certainly clipped Guy.
Clear chance here for Manila Digger to level the playing field.
Modu Mane over the ball. He's the left-footed option. Saikuba Sise, it looks like the right-footed one. Who's it gonna be? Sise hits the bar. Wow. Hits the corner of the goal frame. So close from Sise.
Clearest chance for Manila Digger on this one.
Fantastic chance. And Taguig have coughed up possession. It's going to be a corner kick. Pressure mounting on Taguig.
Just hits the upright. Couldn't get a little bit more curve.
Camarad rooted to his spot. So close. Here comes the corner kick now. Zachary Taninko. 5 inside the box. Almost making a connection. Counter attack is on for one Taguig. And that's much too strong from Amita, who's been fouled as he was releasing. Giganto not being allowed to apologize to his old friend And former teammate Arnel Amita there. On the release here, Giganto taking a swipe at it.
Duty foul, but a bit too late.
Sato launching it forward. Just a little too eager there, Barsanilla. On that occasion, perhaps not necessary, but difficult to assess in the moment. So an exchange of set pieces. This one a little bit further out. Amita over the ball. Not easy to keep Sam quiet. Amita's ball headed away. Miyagi got it forward, but only momentarily. Barley trying to get some distance to it. Guy straight back. Just lacking a bit of punch there from Amita. A chance to restore a bit of normalcy. Cisse felt he was tugged. Mick-John Pineda agreed. No chance to rest in this game. It's non-stop action.
And just like that, about 42 minutes have gone. And you can see still the intensity is still there. No team slowing down.
And the crazy thing is when you look at the bench, there's so much talent for both sides.
It'll be interesting to see who and when the substitutes will come on and how they would change the pace of the game.
PS getting it forward, Sam! Barsanilla is there, crucial tackle. Giganto showed too much to Eric Gallantes. Amita getting it out wide. Hiraishi, Eric Gallantes! Over the bar. The referee saying it took a touch. It's going to be out for a corner kick. Digger can't believe it. But what a play from one Taguig.
Eric Gallantes just sneaks his way through. You can see he got the ball, got a touch comfortably.
Oof, difficult to tell if it took a touch off a defender or not. Juf making the tackle.
Either way, Mick-John Pineda thinks it's out for a corner.
Short option available. See if Oli BS uses it. He's going direct. Amita trying to keep the ball in play. Second opportunity. Touch a bit heavy from Taninko. Bias. Steps on the brakes. Hiraishi to Amita. Couldn't get past Miyagi. And now Digger off to the races. Guy trying to get it back. Sato alert to the danger.
It's good tracking from Taguig here. From the attack, they transition to defense. You can see their midfielders really rushing back. Stop that potential attack from Manila Digger. Trying to slow down the pace here with less than 2 minutes of regulation time on the first half.
Sam able to turn. Shimomura switching the play. Hiraishi. You see there, any loose touch is punished. Giganto giving it away. Asperas and Taninco getting in the way of one another. Ibarle denied the clearance by Bias. Taguig applying the pressure here. 30 seconds of regulation remaining. A second from Taguig would be a bitter blow to Manila Digger.
See the fourth official here, ready to indicate how much time will be added.
It's been a constant battle between these two, Amita and Guy. 3 minuto ang idadagdag sa ating first half. Mick John Pineda signaling to Amita, isa ka na lang. Bibigyan na kita ng yellow card. Ooh, spicier than it looked in real time.
That was really a reach for the ball, and he knew he could have, he made that infraction. Just could do nothing about it because, in the heat of the moment when you extend your legs, one thing you know, your opponent's coming to you. The other one, the next thing you know, you get that contact unnecessarily. But sometimes it's just really an honest mistake, and things happen really quickly on the pitch.
Not quite yet on the tightrope, but he's getting close. Arnel Amita. Sato, forceful clearance away. Now Daisuke Sato. Got a bit of time at the back. Gallantes getting forward. He's cutting inside. Eric Gallantes. He's created a bit of room for Hiraishi. Shimomura! A second for Taguig. Beautifully worked once more. And what a time to score. They make it 2-0 right before halftime.
The top scorer last season already making his mark in the season. 2 goals for Juan Taguig with a beautiful cross from Eric Gallantes.
Napakasakit para sa Manila Digger. They've asserted themselves very well in this opening half. Oh, what a blow this is. Eric Gallantes cutting inside, getting it out wide to Hiraishi, who puts in a delightful ball for Shimomura to attack. And it's into the side netting, goalkeeper with no chance.
Taguig definitely capitalizing on their opportunities here, Jing. I think in possession, Manila Digger has more of it, but then in capitalizing those attack with the ball, Taguig definitely has an edge on that one.
Kung makikita natin dito, Shimomura, wala masyadong contribution sa laro natin outside of the 2 goals. So yung dalawang pinaka-importanting contribution nasa kanya, but in build-up and other things, he's been rather quiet. But when it matters, Shimomura really comes alive inside the box.
Kumbaga, he's in the right place at the right time. And he makes all the difference, spells all the difference for Taguig as we end the first half with 2-0.
Wow. A different team talk on the horizon para kay Oriel Mohedano Segura. His team had done well to keep it at just a goal difference. But this man, coming off the bench and making his mark, Tsukasa Shimomura has bagged the brace. The second goal coming right before this halftime whistle. Junior Sam has been instrumental for Juan Taguig. 2 goals ahead now for the men in blue, but what a contest we have here on our hands, and certainly this game far from done and dusted. We'll be stopping for a short break. We'll be right back with highlights, statistics, and second half action. Stay with us. Rizal Memorial Stadium, Shimomura has been the man for one Taguig. His 2 goals, the difference right now in what has been a cracking affair between Manila Digger and one Taguig. As expected, it's been fireworks here between these two sides. And Manila Digger really giving a good account of themselves against a stacked one Taguig, Jed.
Yeah, Manila Digger hasn't been short of their chances as well, but then you have 2 great goals from one Taguig. The first one here, a great effort by Sam, and a great goal by Tsukasa Shimomura. Again, like I mentioned a while ago, Manila Digger hasn't have a shortage of goals, of chances. They've had chance here from Guy.
Sam attacking that ball. He's been a real nuisance up front for one Taguig. Quincy Camarad, one of the rare touches, because this one he was rooted to the spot. That was very close from Cisse.
Clearest chance or opportunity for Manila Digger to score, but you can see the chance here by
Eric
Eric
Galiantes.
Galiantes, who just slithered in the defense.
Crucial for the second goal. Shimomura is a predator inside the box. One more look at it here. Galiantes cutting inside, gets it back out wide to Hiraishi. And here he comes. Shimomura attacking that ball. Ruthless in front of goal. And that's where we stand right now. 2 goals to the good, 1 Taguig. What you don't see in the highlights is the amount of possession that Manila Digger have had, the amount of control they've had in this game, and how difficult they've made it for one Taguig to penetrate on a regular basis. And ito, nakikita natin, lamang pa nga ang Manila Digger sa ating statistics in terms of possession. But the shots as well, they've had 5, 1 on target apiece. Pero ang pinaka-importanting statistic is the 2 goals in favor of one Taguig.
One Taguig had 2 shots on targets and 2 goals. I think that spells the difference right here.
Grabe.
But again, what Manila Digger I think needs to improve on for the second half is they need to be more decisive on the attack. It's not like they can't get the ball to the attacking third, but it's what they do with the ball. They have to be more decisive with the passes. Probably the players have to create more chances for their teammates when they have possession of the ball. And that way they could, convert these shots on target into goals.
21 fouls ang nakita natin combined mula sa dalawang koponan. It's been a very physical affair as we take a look at some of the folks inside Rizal Memorial Stadium. Members of the Filipinas ang nakikita natin dito. Ang iba dyan ay naglalaro para sa women's team ng Manila Digger. So, fantastic to see a nice and festive atmosphere sa Rizal Memorial Stadium, enjoying Sunday night football here in the Philippines Football League. At kanina, tinanong natin ang isa't isa kung kailan kaya magkakaroon ng mga changes sa laro natin. And very early on here, nasagot na tayo ni Coach Oriol Mohedano Segura as papasok na si Shermar Filonco. At mukhang ang mapapalitan is Kintaro Miyagi, who has been withdrawn from his right wing position. Shermar Filonco, isang veterano sa top flight ng Philippine football. He's played for some very big teams, and now he is here to bring his experience to this match. And that was a loose one from Amita, but he's gotten it right back.
Didn't yield to the challenge by Eric Iganto there. Tried to keep possession, pushing it to the side. So
you'd have to think itong susunod na mga 10 to 15 minutes, napaka-crucial sa laro natin. Manila Digger will be desperate to get their foot back into this game. And meanwhile, Taguig looking to multiply their advantage here. BS couldn't get to that. And cleared away Pag ganito ang scoreline, always the next goal, super crucial. Kung pangatlo para sa Taguig, it could be too far away para sa Manila Digger. Kung ang Manila Digger naman ang makakuha ng goal, then it is game on indeed.
With that, we could expect in the next 10 to 15 minutes, both will really be pushing, trying to get the possession on their side, trying to get the chances on their side. Definitely, walang magle-let up dito sa dalawang teams. At when, you know, the next goal will be a crucial one. So, we look forward to that.
Modu Mane. Medyo may iniinda after that contact, and that is quite the collision in the middle there. Aspiras and Gallantes. It has been a physical game. Both teams eager to keep the tempo up. Zachary Taninko over the ball. What are the keys here for Manila Digger entering the second half, Jed?
Like I've mentioned a while ago, they have to be more clinical with the chances that they have on the attacking third.
And a chance here. Perhaps just a bit too unselfish. Opportunity. Looking for the handball, nothing given. Giganto. Ibarles. Cross. Header. Just wide.
That's exactly what I've been talking about. They can get the ball to the attacking third, but what they do with the ball in the attacking third spells the difference. And I think they've been showing more grit in front of the goal right now.
One Taguig scrambling around inside their own penalty box. Giganto here. Nice little touch. And perhaps Guy could have pulled the trigger, but he didn't. Shermer Felonco firing from the edge of the box. And to be fair to one Taguig, they've been throwing their bodies at the ball. Fully committed. Looked like Camerad got a touch of that ball. It was out for a goal kick.
See, none of them relaxed on that attack. It was really crucial for the defense to not give it up. Because if you're meters away or inside the penalty box, anything could happen.
Crucial stop mula kay Modu Juf. Looking for the through ball. Sana yung one Taguig. And so far, ano masasabi mo sa mga bagong recruits in terms of the foreign contingent of Manila Digger? They basically did an entire overhaul of their foreign recruits. How have they asserted themselves on their debut here against one Taguig?
Like you mentioned, a lot of them are new Jing, but we see Modu Juf, Sekou Basise, and Modu Mane. They've been, contributing a lot to this game. They've made chances, made crucial defensive decisions. I think they're settling in pretty well.
Promising for Manila Digger. Ball into the box. Well spotted by Daisuke Sato. Felonco trying to pressure Eric Gallantes, who's done very well under the circumstances. Sam. Amita. Under pressure. Waits for the support and gets it in the shape of Lingbo on the right side. Ililipat nila sa gawing kaliwa.
Gotta give credit where credit is due. Amita, the captain, has been swinging the ball around, really dictating the pace for one Taguig. And it's been paying off because they've been attacking a lot more.
Cisse. Room in the middle. It's a lovely ball, Cisse. Lifting it into the middle of the penalty box there. Giganto not continuing his run. Felonco. Room to turn. Getting it out wide. Cisse pulling the trigger. And Quincy Camerad scrambling across goal. In the end, did not need to get a touch. Out for a goal kick.
Started with his first attack.
What a pass.
Couldn't find that space for him to take a shot. No one continued the run on the right side, but he made up for that attempt with this quick turn. What a touch that was. very deceiving for the defender. His body was moving to the right, shifts it to the left side.
Goal kick incoming as we get the opportunity to check in now with Sydney Crespo.
Inside One Taguig locker room, Coach JV asked his players to take a few minutes to relax and breathe. He says, "We're doing good," but despite their 2 goals, he told his players to be ready to adjust their organization in attacks. He says this because last season their problem was consistency throughout the game, and that problem cannot happen again specifically in the second half. While Coach Oriol asked for more energy and sense of urgency from Manila Digger to equalize this game, he wants to see a more aggressive squad that would be a threat in the second half. Jing and Jed?
Thank you so much, Sydney. So far, mukhang natutupad naman yung hinahanap dito ni Coach Giovanni. But of course, you're facing a resurgent Manila Digger. So far in these opening 7 minutes.
Manila Digger is also trying to stand true to what they talked about in the dugout. They're trying their best to find those goals, and they've come close in the first few minutes of this second half.
And mukha silang mas dangerous in this opening exchanges of the second half. You can see there's a real intent to get back into this game. Nice little drop with the shoulder there. Create a bit of room. Sam. Room to turn. Getting there, winning the ball. Attack continues. Amita unable to pull the trigger. And what a stop off the upright. Attack continues for Taguig despite a player down. And it looks like it's Guy who's struggling, or it's Dean Ibarle. He's extremely frustrated with the referee. He's being asked to get up by Mick John Pineda, and he's going to get booked as well. Dean needs to control himself here. He could find his way off the pitch if he continues. Let's have a look at what incensed him. It was that tackle from Arnel Amita.
Got a good touch of the ball, but also got a touch of the foot. But again, the intention was clear. He got the ball cleanly. Unfortunately, Dean Ibarle just got a bad hit from that. But again, at this stage of the game, you can't let emotions get the best out of you, because you have a little around 30 minutes to, a little over 30 minutes to make a difference. You can't, show the team as a captain that you're getting frustrated.
The studs were up mula kay Arnel Amita. Pero ang sabi mo nga, Jed, no? Got enough with the ball.
Just got a foot as well.
Ibarle. And Giganto here trying to take advantage, just trying to fire from the middle of the pitch. Lingbo having a word with Giganto, saying that it should have been a free ball for Taguig. But Manila Digger felt they were dilly-dallying a little too long there. Were they in their rights there to attack that ball, Jed?
Well, I think the One Taguig side, were too relaxed on holding the ball. And the ball was on play, actually. So it really depends on how everything pans out there. But I think Eric got the ball cleanly.
Digger.
Just wasn't, received well by the Taguig side.
No love lost between these two teams. It's a lovely pass, and it's 1 goal back for Manila Digger, who are hounding Quincy Camerad for the ball. They want to get this game restarted immediately. Game on. Manila Digger are back in it.
It's a great statement by Manila Digger for saying the game's not yet over. We're still here.
Not quite a beauty of a goal, bundled in the end by Manila Digger. I'll tell you what, they won't care how it happens as long as it ends up in the back of the net.
Mane
Actually,
getting that cross to Cisse, was that?
I think it was Cisse. Actually, it was a very good goal in the end. It was missed by Sato. It was a difficult one. And Cisse doing fantastically well.
Going back to your question a while ago about how these new players are settling down, I think they're settling in pretty well.
Not bad at all. Saikuba Cisse scoring on his debut. Sam winning a corner kick. Anybody's game now.
Like we mentioned a while ago, in these types of games, it's the first goal in the second half that matters most because the momentum can shift anyway. A while ago, it was with Taguig with the 2 goals, sealing the second goal off at the final minutes of the first half. But then early on the second half, here we have a goal from Manila Digger who can now regain possession of the momentum. I think they can, if they take this and push it forward more with the attempt that they had just now, they could probably level out the playing field.
These next 5 to 10 minutes going to be absolutely crucial. Short corner and into the back of the net. Lead restored. And it's Daisuke Sato making amends. He missed the cross that led to Manila Digger's goal. And now he's restored the lead from the corner kick.
And it's a goal for Taguig FC by player number 66, Daisuke Sato.
What a goal and what a feeling para kay Daisuke Sato on his first game for Taguig. Making a massive contribution.
That was a very quick response, Jing, to the goal that Taguig just had a few minutes ago.
He's gotten an inch of room. Hindi kalaki yan. Itong si Daisuke Sato. He's attacked that very well.
But the touch of Yuya Kuriyama was not enough to keep the ball out of the goal. In the end, it's a great goal by Daisuke Sato.
3-1 now in favor of Taguig. And Manila Digger now needing to dig back into their well. They're going to need to re-find their momentum. Taguig showing their character. Not allowing themselves to get flustered after conceding. Lingbo. Good touch from Sam. Well read. Ibarle dispossessed. Sam now losing out. Dilly-dallying a little bit there was Aspiras. Pounced on. And Taninko now off to the races. Lingbo clogging the channel. But Taguig guilty of being a little lackadaisical in midfield. It's a good find from Kamirad. Bit of calm now.
Got to regroup and reorganize after all that scramble.
Sam feeling the effects of the challenge.
He remains to be a problem for the defense of Manila Digger, Sam here. He's just been disrupting the organization of the defense of Manila Digger.
It's just been a complete handful itong si Sam. No time to rest para sa mga defenders ng Manila Digger. John Pineda trying to get this game restarted quickly. It's been a challenging game to police. John Pineda doing the best he can. And Sam has been a focal point para sa One Taguig. Hindi man siya nasa score sheet ngayon, but he's been central to a lot of their attacks.
He's been creating the gaps in the defense of Manila Digger. Again, trying to disrupt the organization that they have, because isang bagay na malaki siya, tsaka malakas siya, isang bagay din na makulit. So it's really hard to mark those guys. It really depends on how Manila Digger is going to address him, but yeah, it's kind of difficult to man those kinds of strikers.
Sakit sa ulo. Itong si,
Exactly.
si Sam. Shimomura doing well to just pressurize the back line. And Sam now gonna get a yellow card. They had a conversation earlier on, silang dalawa ni Mick John Pineda. Mukhang nakarating na sa limit ng ating referee itong si Junior Sam. So another yellow card. They're piling up in this game. Mick John Pineda really setting the tone early on with a couple early cards.
He's basically saying, I'm in charge here. I'm going to dictate the game.
Been a very serious demeanor from Mick John from the very beginning, and from the way this game has played out, you can see why. It's been intensity level 10. Barsanilla eased off the ball by Omei, but not in the eyes of our referee. Barsanilla perhaps just got in front of the opposition there. There are skirmishes happening all over the pitch.
Gotta mind those phantom elbows. Sometimes you can't see them, but then those touches sometimes can take the wind off from you when you get into those collisions.
Mga bagay-bagay na mga katulad mo, mas may experience with that. Mahirap makita on TV. You got maybe a slightly better chance of seeing it here live. But a lot of the time, talagang sabi mo nga, no, mga ghost elbows, hindi natin nakikita.
A lot of mind games also going on the field. Sometimes you can see players talking around, trying to get into your head. Great players just don't mind and answer with goals. So let's see how Manila Digger responds to those 3 goals.
The referees don't get enough love. It's 22 men on the pitch. There's a lot of area where you cannot see.
Yeah, got to give credit to them as well for controlling games like these that are getting a little bit too physical.
Play still alive here, Shimomura. Medyo nakatulog ng konti yung Digger. Tsukasa doing well. Oliver Bias trying to keep the attack going. Taguig interested to keep going despite Sam being on the ground. They have the ball.
Probably looking for an opportunity to attack even though Sam's down.
And Junior Sam has been on the deck a lot. Suki ng treatment itong si Junior Sam.
Probably just giving himself time to recover from all the running around the defensive side of Manila Digger.
It seems somebody has ended up in the book for that challenge. We'll get confirmation later on if that indeed was the case. Ito makikita natin mula sa throw-in. Sam was double teamed. Medyo nakataas yung paa. He did catch some studs on his ankle. Definitely going to feel the effects of this game after.
Fair play played there by Manila Digger.
And perhaps just a bit of a calm before the storm as we are closing in on the final 20 minutes. We expect there's going to be a final surge from Manila Digger in particular. Amita.
Strong challenge there.
Look at the size discrepancy between them. And Amita doing well. And just a little overly enthusiastic mula kay Sam. Bailing out Jofa, or Juf rather, in that position. Had nowhere to go.
That was a great effort keeping the ball though, while being pressured by two Taguig men.
Juf calmly done.
Manila Digger still holding much of the possession, I believe.
Attacked well. It's in the final third where they need to be a little bit more inventive. Perhaps an opportunity here. Bias. Fantastic work rate.
Denying the captain of an opportunity to move forward. But they restart quick.
May Barle. At nagkabanggaan dito. Actually, on the blind side of Mick John Pineda, coming together between Amarilla and Cisse. Jarvis now making his debut. And Abner coming on as well. So Abner Dos Santos Pinto coming on. Diego Aspiras making way.
Asperas doing a decent job trying to handle the midfield a while ago for Manila Digger. He's been also strong with those challenges in the middle. Just letting up a little bit of some loose touches, giving it back to one Taguig, but overall he's been a great addition to the team.
And at 19, 20 years of age, that's going to be fantastic for his development. Aspirilla missing the ball completely there, and Abner getting his first touch. Giganto's cross. Oliver Bias under pressure. Lingbo getting it away. Ibarle. Daisuke Sato. No nonsense.
Sam controlling the ball. Wow, masterfully there.
Keeping it moving. Amita playing it first time, but not on the same wavelength. Taninko couldn't find a teammate. Did well to push forward, pero walang patakbong to the back line or behind the defensive line. Everybody was approaching him.
In those rare moments, I think the teammates should also be making opportunities for him, trying to make those runs, attacking those spaces. But I think no one was matching the intensity that he had while attacking, or counter-attacking for that matter.
Shimomura taken down well. What a challenge from Guy. Bulldozing to get the ball. Kahit dalawang goal ang hinahabol dito ng Manila Digger, it doesn't seem like they're out of it.
Well, in fact, they look like they've improved their game from the previous minutes. They're showing more intensity and more grit right now, as we see two new additions for one Taguig.
Substitutions now as Arnel Amita is set to make way. And it seems Sam is going to be coming off as well. Two players who have been instrumental so far. Sam, tireless up front.
A problem on the defense.
Yeah. Amita similarly tireless in midfield. He's come off to an ovation, Junior Sam, and rightly so. Arnel Amita as well has put in quite the shift for one Taguig. And on comes Andres Aldeguer to go up front, and a debut for Peter Sorensen Nergard. Like for like substitutions.
Always the question is, what can the substitutes do when they come on?
Another opportunity for Shimomura, this time unable to make the connection. Quite some shoes to fill for Andres Aldeguer. Sam, the focal point of the attack. Casually done here by Guy, but too casual as Andres Aldeguer nicked the ball off him. Aldeguer doing well, but eventually losing out to Guy, who has recovered nicely.
Trying to regroup here. Slow down the pace and look for the attack. Going directly to the attacking third.
Abner getting his head to that to get this attack going. Looking to go out wide and touch the referee. A whistle blown. That's going to be a drop ball in favor of Digger. This time, let's see if they dilly-dally on the drop ball. Ito makikita natin. Napasa directly kay Mick John. Play continues now. Giganto. A bit casual with that. And Simon Lingbo trying to get our camera crew involved. Tinetesting lang yung touch.
Our camera one was wide open, so
Out to Giganto on the left side. Not the best ball. Into the hands of Kamerad. Abner. Quite an imposing figure who has been introduced here for Manila Digger. Abner Dos Santos Pinto. Already showing he's going to be a problem in the air. Gets there ahead of his marker. And a crucial tackle mula kay Daisuke Sato. Diaz under pressure. Looking for the 1-2. Well done here by Digger. Omei getting his body in the way. And it's a tidy find mula kay Lingbo. Hiraishi. Spreading it. Bias. 15 to go. Taguig doing well to transition methodically.
putting more men on top for this attack.
Digger perhaps feeling the effects of chasing this game. Taking their foot off the gas a little bit here. Long range effort. Not going to trouble Yuya Kuriyama in goal. BS, formerly of the Azkal's development team. I believe was part of the RB Leipzig youth system before he came out to the Philippines. Highly touted Filipino talent. That's going to be an easy yellow. Welcome to the Philippines, sir.
Great introduction for him.
Silly want to give away for Peter Nergard. Kahit si Mick Jan Pineda napatawa. Easiest yellow card he's had to give today. What's the correct distance you have to be? Is it 10 yards?
Around 10 yards, but you can't willingly disrupt a quick play like that because you're kumbaga, contributing to the stoppage of play, and it's termed unsportsmanlike.
Aldeguer assimilated to the pace of the game quite nicely here, and showcasing the speed to get to this one.
Trying probably to get his second win.
Jarvis similarly needing to match the pace.
I think Manila Digger has to be a little bit more creative moving the ball on top.
Right now, it seems sa pagkapasok dito ni Abner that they're interested to go a little bit more route one.
Direct, kumbaga.
We'll see how that pans out for them. Juf. Some light pressure being shown here by Taguig. Trying to turn up the heat. As we see the amount of yellow cards, 5 total. Tatlo para sa Taguig. Dalawa para sa Manila Digger. It's at this point of the match na makikita natin sino yung mga mabubunot na mga coaches. Sino ang tingin nilang makaka-change ng dynamic ng laro.
We've seen 3 substitutes so far from both teams, and we have yet to see the impact of some of them, the recently ones who got in.
Going long, Sato with a header. It's amazing how many balls Daisuke Sato wins in the air despite his physical limitations.
Just goes to show us he has a bigger heart to go after that ball compared to his opponents, for that matter. And I think that's what matters most. Your commitment to try to get to that ball. Sometimes you feel that you're trying to go after it, but then your opponent's just a little bit more committed to it. He puts a little bit more heart to it, and you find yourself a step behind.
Launched up into the air. It's a one Taguig. We're able to walk away with it. Supporting run by Lingbo. Gets it out wide. Ball looped into the middle. Nergard unable to find a teammate. At lumilingon-lingon na dito si Coach Oriol Mohedano. Mukhang may hinahanda na siya. For the final 10 minutes, may magic bunot ba dito ang Manila Digger? Ball into the box here. Digger now trying to progress forward. Daisuke Sato anticipating the danger. Jarvis playing it out. There's going to be substitutions for both sides now. Eric Giganto making way for Jim Ashley Flores. Just the one for Manila Digger. There's going to be a pair of substitutions for one Taguig as we see Patrick Grog and Joshua Dutosme coming on.
I think Jing Taguig is already showing the depth of their team here. Would have yet to see how they can contribute to the game with a little under 10 minutes left on regulation.
Interesting. It's actually Shimomura who's coming off. So the substitute being substituted Although perhaps he's had extended minutes as he'd come on very early in the match. Grog and Dutosme coming on here for 9 minutes in added time. Dutosme and Grog. Similar hairstyles coming onto the pitch. But a lovely outing for Shimomura. 2 goals for him. And a free kick here for One Taguig. More stoppages in play, the better for One Taguig. Lamang sila dito ng dalawa. They want to keep this from being the game it has been, which has been an affair played at a frantic pace.
What can you say about this matchup, Jing? Because earlier we were talking about how exciting this was early on before the game started, but as it pans out towards the end of the 90 minutes, how did you find it, basically?
I would say it's lived up to the hype, although it's slowing down a little bit here at the end, and I believe One Taguig will be happy that it's doing so. Manila Digger perhaps getting to a point where they're running out of ideas, and a fantastic opportunity. Point blank. Great stop from Yuya Kuriyama. It looked like it was Guillermo Amarilla. All alone here at the far post. And in the end, it was straight at the goalkeeper.
This quick reflexes paid off Yuya Kuriyama.
Almost the dagger for One Taguig. Oof. Another dangerous moment. Kuriyama with a stop. Digger unable to clear. They're running out of ideas, it seems. Meanwhile, Taguig composed on the ball. Getting it out to BS. He's under pressure. Kamirad getting a lot of distance on it. It's going to go goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Going to be an interesting dynamic here for Manila Digger. They've got 3 up top. They've got Abner, who is a threat in the air, and Jim Ashley Flores, who everybody knows loves to run in behind. How many times have we seen Ashley Flores come on, even during his college days, to score crucial goals as a substitute?
Manila Diggers trying to push a little bit more on top. You can see they've been leaving 4 players on the attacking third, and they're playing a little bit more direct from the defensive third. When the defenders have the ball, they always look up, check if there's space behind those attackers that they have. Again, trying to be a little bit more creative this time.
They've basically abandoned their midfield here. They've just pushed everybody up. Filonco, can he find a teammate? Denied an opportunity to cross. Gallantes, ever so solid at the left back position. Aldiguer has it taken away. Again, Gallantes is there. Up against 2. And he's managed the pressure expertly.
I think it's exciting to see how Taguig would respond to this kind of aggressive play that Manila Digger has been doing. Because Manila Digger has been, number 1, being a little bit more aggressive, number 2, a little bit more physical. So it's interesting, again, how they're going to use this to their advantage, knowing that they're winning 3-1 in this outing.
Daisuke Sato's got the armband on here, and he's showing some veteran smarts in telling Ire Gallantes to take his time and maybe don't feel the pain outside of the pitch. Maybe feel it inside the field of play. Take our time here.
Yeah, and extend it a little bit more. Just taking those precious seconds from Manila Digger to try and come back. But again, 4 minutes, that's still a long time for football. For those who are not aware or not familiar, anything can happen even within 1 minute. So it's not yet over until it's over.
And really, Digger just looking for a goal here to cause a mad scramble to culminate this match. Pero ang dami nating tanong to start this match. Ano bang i-expect natin mula sa Manila Digger? Is One Taguig truly title ready? And so far we're getting some answers here in that Manila Digger are going to be a tough nut to crack this season. And One Taguig certainly look like a potent force. Ibarle's ball. Flores attacking that one. Second opportunity. Dispossessed. Omei. A gust of effort. Gets it forward. Can they find a fourth? What a chance for Taguig. Grog, known for his pace. You'd expect him to want to dribble that. Instead, took a snapshot from distance. But what an effort from Omei to start that move, to get it back here.
He had a little more space. Could have taken a touch, maybe two. But probably felt the pressure from Jarvis closing in on him.
Ang ganda ng pagka-bounce sa harap ni Grog. He must have felt might as well take a shot from here. Jimson Cristal being ready to come on. Pero mukhang dine-delay dito ang substitution dahil nagkaroon ng injury. Looks like Juf is struggling with something. He's holding on to his hamstring or his knee. Not what you want.
He's been going around the pitch early on in this game. Probably feeling it right now.
What a first match at the helm for Oriol Mohedano. Obviously, disappointing ang scoreline para sa kanya. But how would you gauge the performance of his team? Would you be pleased with what your side has showcased here against the One Taguig side?
I think they have a lot to learn from, definitely, from this game. Because they started strong. At least they're still playing strong right now. But again, they have to be more decisive, more clinical when they get the ball to the attacking third. And I think that's what they're going to focus on back on the drawing board after this match.
At kung makita naman natin yung kabilang panig, One Taguig, have they dominated the game? Have they completely dictated how this match has taken place? Probably no. But on the side of being clinical, goodness me.
On the first half, we saw that they had 2 shots only, but the shots were on target and in the goal. So it doesn't really fall or go down bottom line to how much possession you have. It's how much goals you score.
Right.
So despite having much of the possession, Manila Digger, they have to convert those chances to win the game.
Rain falling here in Manila. Just to add a bit of drama to the finish of this game. BS getting in behind. Kuriyama desperate to get this game restarted. There's going to be 7 minutes added on. Felonco nabitin yung pasa. And it's just gotten a little bit sloppier for Manila Digger. At a time where they really need quite the opposite.
We could see some resemblance from last season's Manila Digger. But again, with the new players and new dynamics, it's always a different thing trying to find the coordination, the connection that you have with your teammates. Something probably they have to work on a little bit more, but definitely they have the grit, they have the we're not letting up, because until now, the last minutes, we can see that they're still running, they're still after the ball, trying to make chances, but again, it depends on what they do with those chances.
Yes, medyo mabigat lang yung return patungo kay Simon Lingbo. He's been tireless on the right flank. Simon Lingbo been bombing up and down this right side. Substitution ngayon. Pa Usman Guy. Napalitan dito. At si Hayato Kame ang papasok. Guy rather got a yellow card just 5 minutes into the contest, but did well with his discipline for the remainder of his time on the pitch.
What will Manila Digger do in the last 5 minutes of this game?
Foul on Ome.
Nasty tackle over there.
Ome has picked up the intensity in the last 10 minutes. A pretty solid debut for him as well in the midfield of Taguig.
We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members of Manila Digger lined up with the defenders of Taguig, looking for that opportunity, direct opportunity, but then Taguig finds their way transitioning here with an attack.
Jarvis on the stretch. Aldeguer able to take that ball away. Bit of room here for Aldeguer. It looks like they're happy to run out the time. Aldeguer losing out.
Finding ways just to extend the time the ball's in play.
Manila Digger, desperate times now, running out of time to get back into this. Tosme winning this one. Managing the game well here, Taguig. No rush to get started.
If we're trying to compare it to the way they played last season, saying that their problem is more on consistency, I think that we can say from this game they have improved. They've kept the intensity. They've been taking opportunities to their advantage.
Grog fighting hard to get back possession. It's just the composure here at the end. No silly mistakes mula sa Taguig. Safety first. That ball's gone. And that's much too strong. Quincy Camarad gonna let that one go out. Actually, it's a corner kick. Mick John saying it took a touch. A little twist in the story here. Could this be a moment that Manila Digger can take advantage of? There's certainly a lot of tall individuals on the pitch that they can utilize. Jarvis has made the trip. Juf up there alongside Cisse. Dos Santos up there as well. It's a good ball in. Making a connection. Gallantes called into action.
Found himself stunned, Taguig, after that ball bounced.
Jarvis. Play still alive here. Ball into the box. Out for a corner.
Manila Digger just not letting up. Have another corner as the rain starts to pour harder here at Rizal Memorial Coliseum.
Final minute. Zachary Taninco Outswinger. Aldeguer with a header. Patrick Grog gets a touch. And he's gotten the ball here. Counter attack for one Taguig. Just needed one more pass. Grog. Lingbo. And they can take their time, one Taguig.
Lingbo's been flying back and forth on the flank.
Just a smart move here from one Taguig. Play the ball backwards to go forwards. Stretch Manila Digger. The yellow shirts have run out of time here. Still a free kick to come. But we are past the 7 minutes of added time. Ball into the box. Quincy Camarad with the punch. And that should do it. Final whistle at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. A big 3 points for one Taguig. We've been able to dispatch a very game Manila Digger 3-1.
Definitely that game lived up to the expectations that we had, the hype that we had before the game. Both teams just battling it out. It was the challenges were hard. Early on we had a couple of yellow cards. Referee trying to manage the game because it was getting a little bit heated, but that's just, you see how the players just wanted to win. They saw that they could win, they could show what they got. Unfortunately for Manila Digger, one Taguig scored early 2 goals. Thanks to Shimomura. Sato sealing it on the 58th minute while getting 1 goal on the 56th minute by Sisay. What could we expect from both teams throughout the season just by this one showing here?
Well, one thing is for sure, Manila Digger is not going to be an easy out for any team. And one Taguig have shown that they have the tools and the composure to be able to dispatch of a very difficult test. So ito, isang matchup na siguradong aabangan natin for the second round. That's the beauty of this season. We get teams to go against each other twice. And certainly we cannot wait to see these two teams go at it in their rematch. But alam nating nanonood ang mga ibang kupunan ngayon, and they know Manila Digger is going to be a tough out. One Taguig is going to be a very difficult game. We're going to have so many great matchups in this season, Jed.
Definitely, Jing. And those are just the first 3 games of the season, am I right? Just the first 3 games we've seen action. All 3 games ending with a winner. No draws. All teams showing the quality that they have, not just on the pitch, but the depth of their bench. And that just, 6 teams out of the 10 that we've seen so far. I think this season will have a lot of surprises in store for us.
It's going to be electric. And let's take a look back at the action from this match. One Taguig with some clinical finishes. And of course, it was Manila Digger who were dangerous early on. Ito, a mad scramble in this second half. Nakita naman natin right from the opening whistle of this second half, you can see the intent of Manila Digger. They're extremely committed to getting back into this game.
They're putting the pressure to one Taguig, having all these chances in front of the goal. And the first one by Sisay, we thought we could see a second one follow up.
Modu Mane putting it on a plate, and Daisuke Sato couldn't deal with it there. You can see he's very disappointed that he didn't do better. But he makes amends just a couple minutes later. A great finish.
With that kind of pass, just curling back where he came from, it's really hard to defend.
But Daisuke Sato, look at that for a response. One of the smallest men inside that box, getting his head to that and breaching Kuriyama. It's a great celebration as well. And really, that was super crucial para sa one Taguig. na matigil nila yung momentum ng Manila Digger and to get that extra breathing space.
That was literally a quick response from Daisuke Sato there.
And from then on, it was heavy lifting for Manila Digger. In fact, it was one Taguig who were closest to scoring. And what can you say about this one Taguig performance, Jed?
If their problem was consistency on the halftime, I think that's where what they showed on the second half. They were relentless with the attack. Every time they were in the attacking third, I think, at any time we could expect a goal. So I think that's where one Taguig did really well. No? They were disciplined on the attack. They maximized their opportunities. And at the end of the day, the team that has more goals wins the game. So kudos to one Taguig on their first win for this season.
Coach Giovanni Villagracia ang nasabi nga niya sa ating pitch side reporter na si Sidney Crespo that he feels his side is a lot more balanced now. And you can see the contributions of the likes of Lingbo, Daisuke Sato, individuals who have really made their mark here. Omei as well. Grabe. And of course, si Junior Sam, na hindi natin makikita yung pangalan, but grabe ang naging contribution sa larong ito. Our goal scorers for the day, dalawa para kay Shimomura, came on early for Omid Nazari and certainly made his mark. Then Daisuke Sato scoring the third for Taguig to nullify Cisse's goal for Manila Digger. It ends 3-1 here at Rizal Memorial Stadium. And shortly, we'll have an opportunity to see our man of the match. He's making his way now over to Sidney Crespo. Medyo meron tayong theme of the day in terms of country of origin of our men of the match. Tama ba yun? Tama ba yung grammar ko? Men of the matches. Basta our outstanding players of the day all hail from the same country. Earlier on, it was Rintaro Hama. And now, with 2 goals in this one, we will have an opportunity to check in. But an entertaining affair all throughout. And Manila Digger can't be too disappointed with that performance. We all know now that there is going to be something to look forward to with this team. And it seems they have improved even more from last season. A busy offseason has borne fruit here with some very good foreign recruits, as well as some very solid homegrown talents. So here we are, getting set for our man of the match, as we send you over now to Sidney Crespo. Sidney?
Joining me here is our man of the match, Tsukasa Shimomura, our from One Taguig FC, 2 goals, 3 shots on target, 79% pass completion, 100% shots. Shimomura, first of all, congratulations. You were subbed in early and showed immediate impact, scoring 2 goals. What are your thoughts in this opening game?
So, everybody.
We are also very happy that you joined us here in our post game. And once again, congratulations to you. That is our man of the match. That's it from the pitch side this weekend. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sidney Crespo, and congratulations to Tsukasa Shimomura, well-deserved man of the match, Jed.
High percentage completion there. he was the person who's in the right place at the right time, scored 2 out of 2 chances. Contributed a lot to getting the team ahead early. So that's our man of the match for this 3rd game of the PFL season.
100% completion rate for Tsukasa Shimomura. Scored 21 goals last season, and he's picked up where he left off. It was a fantastic affair, as we said, lived up to the hype. Extremely entertaining between the 2 teams. Look out. It's going to be a fantastic season if this is any indicator. We thank you for joining us this evening. For my partner, Jed Diamante, Direk Koy and the rest of the team here at Matchday Media. My name is Jing Hamlang. Thank you for watching and good night.